Welcome to It's Not Just Menopause, the podcast that empowers you to navigate midlife with confidence through real talk, root cause insights, and no BS strategies that actually work. If you're dealing with fatigue, stubborn weight, brain fog, or just feeling off and overlooked, this show is for you. Discover what's really going on with your hormones and why it's not just about estrogen. Each episode breaks down what your doctor didn't explain, the internet got wrong, and what your body's been trying to tell you all along. From stress and metabolism to nervous system support and functional nutrition, we'll cover the tools that help you feel more like yourself, again, without restrictive diets, overwhelming plans, or hormone hype. I'm your host, Cindi Stickle, functional nutrition practitioner and certified menopause specialist. I'm here to guide you through the midlife noise so you can stop guessing, get the clarity you deserve, and finally take back control of your health. If you've ever felt dismissed, overwhelmed, or like your body just isn't responding the way it used to, you're in the right place. Let's rewrite the menopause story without the fluff. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of It's Not Just Menopause. I am doing something new today. So over the next 8 weeks or so, I'm going to be walking you through the FUEL method, which is the 4-part nutrition framework that I built specifically for women in perimenopause and menopause who are also on a GLP-1 or thinking about getting on the GLP-1. So these are going to be about every other week for the next 2 months before my program opens, my group program. So we're going to start at the beginning. Okay, so when your doctor prescribed your GLP-1, they probably told you how to inject it, when to take it, and how to titrate or, increase the dose if you're not microdosing. But what they didn't tell you is what I'm going to cover today, because frankly, they know nothing about nutrition at all. So there's an entire conversation that isn't happening when you're in the exam room. And it's the conversation that determines whether this medication actually works for your midlife body or whether you end up frustrated, exhausted, and wondering what you're doing wrong. A woman starts a GLP-1 and she's hopeful. She's heard the stories and the results aren't what she expected. So she assumes something is wrong with the medication or something is wrong with her, and neither is true. Because what's happening is that her body was already under stress before she started, not the normal stress you think. If you've listened to me for any amount of time over the last couple of years, it's hidden stress. And the medication can't override that. Not at all. And you need the right foundation first, and then the medication will work better. So that's what today is all about. So before we talk about the medication, I want to talk about what's already working against you. Because most women come into a GLP-1 already carrying things that are quietly undermining their results. And they don't even know it. Like I said, it's the hidden stressors, right? And there are 4 categories that I look at with every woman that I work with. It's undereating or not eating enough, blood sugar crashes, over-exercising, and just like chronic stress or chronic overwhelm, okay? And these aren't character flaws. They're physiological stressors. And they matter because your body reads every single one of them as a threat. Again, if you hear me at all on any of my other episodes, fight or flight, your body cannot tell the difference between over-exercising stress, commute traffic stress, or an animal chasing you thousands of years ago stress. To your body, it's the same thing. Before we get back to today's episode, this one's for you if you're on a GLP-1 and your body still doesn't feel right. Maybe you're exhausted no matter what you do. Maybe the side effects never really went away. Or you're barely eating and worried about losing muscle, or the weight was coming off and then just stopped. You're not crazy, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. If you've been told to just push through it, it's time for real answers. Take my free quiz, What Are Your GLP-1 Symptoms Really Telling You? In under 2 minutes, you'll find out what's actually behind how you're feeling and get my free guide sent straight to your inbox. Check the link in the show notes. And now let's get back to today's episode. So undereating, that's skipping meals, running on coffee, eating tiny lunches, trying to be good, even on a GLP-1. And we'll get into how the medicine makes you not hungry, but it's still a problem that women come into a GLP-1 not eating enough to begin with, okay? And so your body reads this as scarcity and just holds on to the fat that it already has. So your medicine won't work. Blood sugar crashes, that's like going long stretches without food. Do not fast, please. Spiking and crashing. Waking up at 3 a.m. wired. Every crash triggers a cortisol spike. Every cortisol spike tells your body to store fat and break down muscle. Okay. Chronic overwhelm, right? Your nervous system that hasn't had a break in years, right? Caregiving, work, life, all of it's stacking up. Your body can't tell the difference between a deadline and a physical threat, like I said before. It responds to both the same way. Overexercising. Women do this a lot. Pushing hard in the gym while your body is already depleted. More exercise is backfiring in menopause and perimenopause. Your body sees that as stress. Yes, every exercise you do stresses out your body. But the more you do it, like if you're constantly doing like those high impact cardio, you are hurting your body more than helping it if you are over 40, because your body is seeing that as stress and you're exercising more to try and lose the weight your body's holding on to. You cannot out exercise your nervous system. I'm just saying, okay? Because your body is depleted, and so it's seeing over exercising as another stressor. And most women I work with have at least 2 of those going on. Most have more, okay? And none of them get you better just because the appetite is suppressed, okay? So let's talk about what a GLP-1 does for real, okay? And you've probably heard this a little bit. It quiets your appetite, it regulates your blood sugar, and it slows gastric emptying, meaning your digestion slows down so you stay fuller longer. What it does not do is quiet your stress response. It does not tell your body it's safe. It does not override a nervous system that's been in protection mode for years. When your body feels threatened, it holds on. It slows down. It conserves. And the GLP-1 is trying to work inside a body that is holding on tight to what the GLP-1 is supposed to be getting rid of, right? So your body is not broken, right? It isn't resisting the medication. It's protecting you, what it's made to do, right? So we have to fix that. So when women tell me the medication isn't working, I start asking about what's happening underneath, because the medication is usually doing its job. The body just doesn't have the foundation it needs to respond the way that you hoped, right? So here's what changes in perimenopause and menopause that most GLP-1 protocols completely ignore, if you get a protocol at all, right? Insulin sensitivity shifts. So as estrogen drops, your cells become less efficient at using glucose. Blood sugar instability is already in the background before you add anything, right? So this is already something that women go through anyway, even not on a GLP-1. Fat storage changes. Your body preferentially stores fat in new places, especially around the midsection. So it takes fat it just moves the fat around in your body, basically, and it all ends up in your belly, right? Because it's responding to the hormonal shift. Remember, estrogen was a very protective hormone. Hunger signals become unreliable. So hormones that regulate hunger and fullness are affected by the same shifts driving your symptoms. So you can't always trust what your body is telling you about food. This is not even on a GLP-1. This is just menopause in general, okay? So this is why following generic GLP-1 advice in perimenopause and menopause does not work. The advice was it wasn't written for your body. It was probably written for a man. Don't get me started. Okay. Yeah, because it's written for a completely different hormonal environment, which is either someone in their 20s or 30s or a man. Okay. So you need a nutrition approach that accounts for where your body actually is right now. So a suppressed appetite does not mean your body needs less fuel. Your body needs the same amount of vitamins and minerals and nutrients as it always has, whether you're eating or not. Okay, it needs a certain amount to just survive. So it means that the signal that tells you to eat has been quieted, right? If it's suppressing your appetite, you're not getting that hunger, because I know I'm not. Remember, I'm on one. Okay, so your biological need for nourishment is exactly the same as it was before you started the medication. So what does actually work, okay? 4 things on the plate at every meal: protein, fiber, smart carbs, and healthy fat. So protein anchors your blood sugar and protects muscle. Protein is a non-negotiable if you're on a GLP-1. If that is the only thing you can eat, you can't eat anything else. You have to eat the protein first. We're already losing muscle. Once you hit 40, you're losing like 3 to 8% every decade. And then it gets more after you hit 60. So if you're on a GLP-1, it's double whammy because now you're losing muscle from the medication and because you're not eating, and also in menopause, okay? And you want fiber because it slows your digestion and keeps things moving. Your smart carbs give your body the energy it needs without the spike and the crash because they're a slower digesting food as well. And the healthy fats support hormone production and keep you fuller longer. Women over 40, because I am also a twice certified macronutrient coach, women over 40 need 35 to 40% of their daily calories from healthy fat. You need more healthy fat because of the hormone fluctuation, okay? Fat does not make you fat, okay? That is a lie, okay? You need healthy fat. And so this is not a diet, this structure that I give my clients. It's a way of building a plate that tells your body it's supported and not starved. And hydration, this is also a non-negotiable on a GLP-1. You're eating less, you're drinking less. If you're drinking less, guess what? You're creating constipation. You're not flushing out the toxins that you need to flush out, okay? Because the medication affects how your body processes fluids. Dehydration makes every single side effect worse. Nausea, fatigue, constipation, brain fog. So water, electrolytes, and minerals every single day. I have added electrolytes daily. Not a super high sodium one. I have like a 500 milligram sodium one. I use like the IQ brand. But you need that, especially if you're eating less and if you're still eating processed foods that have a lot of sodium in it, we need to talk. Okay. So this plate structure is what I build with every woman I work with in the GLP-1 Nutrition Foundation. 6-week program. That's it. Personalized to where she is right now. It's not a one-size-fits-all plan. Those never work. So stop trying, okay? If it's her body, it's her starting point, and it fits her life. Okay, so none of what I just covered is in the prescription paperwork that you get from your doctor or your pharmacist, right? None of it comes up in a 10-minute appointment, right? And that's exactly why so many women are getting partial results and blaming themselves for it. You deserve this information from the beginning, and so that's why I'm putting it out here. All right? So, in a couple weeks, the next episode, we're going into my next part of the fuel method, okay? We just did F for the foundations, the nutrition foundations, and then we're going to go into the U. And it's going to be about using protein strategically, okay? And so, and this is especially specific to using it strategically on a GLP-1 in perimenopause and menopause, and why it matters more than almost anything else you do on this medication. So remember, this will be in a couple weeks. So again, if you want support building the foundation alongside your GLP-1, that's exactly what my GLP-1 Nutrition Foundation is for. I'll have the link in the show notes. You can read more about it. This is what my press release was about. If you've been following me at all, I created the very first to market program for women in perimenopause and menopause on a GLP-1 with functional nutrition and nervous system support. So that's what this is, okay? So thank you for listening. Please share this with someone you know, a woman you know that might be over 40 and on a GLP-1, right? And struggling. And I will be in your headphones next week. Thank you for tuning in to It's Not Just Menopause. I hope today's episode gave you real clarity about what's actually going on in your body and reminded you that it's not just your hormones and it's definitely not your fault. If you found value in this conversation, make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. You can also connect with me on Instagram at Cindi Stickle Nutrition or head to cindystickle.com for more resources and personalized support on your menopause and midlife health journey. Until next time, keep questioning what you've been told and trust that your body is not broken. You just need the truth and the tools that actually work.